All right, guys, let's see how she pulls.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to a new video. So my 2015 GSXR750 hit 31,000 miles. I decided it is time to give it a little TLC. So we're taking it down to Corsa Moto Works in Clearwater, Florida. Very reputable shop, very nice guys. Actually, turns out that I've ridden with one of the mechanics, and another one of the mechanics have watched my how-to wheelie videos back in the day. So pretty cool guys. So we're, as you can see, we have the trailer behind us. So we're gonna go pick up my bike, and then we have Heather's bike in the back also, because we're gonna do a suspension setup video as well. So we're both getting our suspension dialed in today.
Yep.
And
just in time for the mountains and lots of track days to come.
Got some track days coming up. We got the mountains coming up. So pretty stoked. These guys are gonna dial in our suspension. And then we're gonna go pick up my bike and talk about some of the things that I'm doing to it at hitting 31,000 miles. I mean, the bike has been, honestly, in my opinion, the bike has performed flawlessly. It has never given me an issue, knock on wood. The bike has been great. I mean, 31,000 miles, I have no complaints whatsoever. So I kind of played with the idea of getting another bike, and then I finally ended up deciding that, yeah, she didn't even know this part. So I toyed with the idea
B-bike,
of
as he
buying,
referred to it.
Yeah, B-bike.
Z-bike.
So I toyed with that idea, and then I decided for now I'm just gonna stick with my 750, and I'm gonna invest a little bit of money into it. So we're gonna do a 31,000 mile maintenance on it. We're gonna do valve check, valve adjustment. We're doing new fork oil, new seals, quite a few things. We're gonna go over that once we get into the shop. For now, let's head that way.
Yeah,
all right, so here we are. Oh, look, another 7. No, 750. Yep.
Nice. And then
There's the beautiful bike. It's almost as plain as mud. All right, here we are. Corsa Moto Works in Clearwater, Florida. Kevin here did all the work on my bike, so he's gonna run down what we did.
All right, so we did your major service. Came in with the leaking fork seals.
Yep.
So we did your fork service. Yeah. Well, you know. We also did your steering head bearings. Those should be retorqued and repacked every so many miles. In this case, we actually replaced them. So
Okay.
the factory bearings are plastic caged ball bearings, and we went with the All Balls Racing, which is a tapered metal cage tapered roller bearing. So it's a much stronger bearing, has a lot more surface area. So overall, it'll last longer.
Awesome.
So every about 18,000 miles, you just go in, repack the bearings, and then you're good. You don't have to replace them the second time. We also did your valve inspection. So for that, we go in and we actually measure what the clearance is between the camshaft and the tappet, and that should be between a certain range. On the exhaust side, it's 0.8 of a millimeter to 0.28 of a millimeter. In some cases, at 31,000 miles where you're at right now, there were some that were actually fully closed. We couldn't even fit our smallest feeler gauge in there, so we had to readjust. We had to replace the shims inside there so we could get that proper clearance. That ultimately is going to change the valve timing in very minute amounts. We're talking tenths of a millimeter.
Gotcha.
But it does change the compression, it changes the valve timing, you know, and all of this stuff makes the engine run smoother. So we adjusted everything on the exhaust side, and everything on the intake side was within specification. So there was no problems there. So
cool.
No changes made on that side. Yeah, that's fairly typical of the sport bikes. The exhaust side deals with a lot more heat from the combustion process, and what it actually is the stem is moving up because the face of the valve is actually bending.
Okay.
So it's actually pushing the stem up into the cylinder head.
Gotcha.
And that's why we have to put a smaller shim in to accommodate for that wear. So with that service, you also got your air filter replaced. You got your coolant changed. We went to the engine ice, which is the track approved coolant. And we also did your spark plugs, which are also due at 18,000 miles on this one. So then we put 2 fresh tires on it, so you're good for the mountains.
Q3s.
Q3 pluses. And then you got the Race Tech fork seals, all your associated gaskets from Suzuki, and your steering head bearings, and all that. So with this service, you're good for a while. You shouldn't have to do anything to it for a minute.
So we can successfully hit 100,000 miles.
Absolutely. I would not second guess it at all on a Jiffy.
That's what people want to hear. Because people
If
want
you take care of it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you let these things go, then you're going to have problems down the road. You stay on top, you do what Suzuki wants you to do when they want you to do it. Ultimately, you're going to extend the life of your vehicle.
Definitely.
Obviously, there's things that can go wrong, you know, problems do happen. Some of it is customer induced. You know, you use a Walmart battery instead of a good quality Yuasa or equivalent battery. It's hard on the charging system. You know, don't change your coolant often enough, you're going to have overheating issues. Reminds me of one other thing we did. We actually balanced the throttles on this as well.
Okay.
So we went in and made sure that each cylinder has the same amount of vacuum on each one. Very cool. I appreciate it.
I'm super excited to get back on it because she's been good. So you gotta take care of her, right? So Heather's will be in here next. Right?
Yeah. Hopefully it's gonna be a while before it needs something.
Needs what mine needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, 31,000 miles. She's been good to me, so I gotta take care of her. You know, take it to the right people, and here we are.
Very good. Well, I appreciate your business, and if any of you guys need anything else, just feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email, find us on Facebook, Corsa Moto Works, and we'll be happy to get back to you.
Alright guys, so welcome to the video. Obviously this is the ending, but I wanted to do a video on a 30,000 mile service on my 2015 GSXR750. All the work was done by the guys in Clearwater, Florida at Corsa Moto Works. These guys did me excellent. They had my bike in and out of the shop within less than 2 weeks. So I couldn't be happier with that. As far as the bike goes, you know, everything, this bike has been very, very reliable. It's got 31,000 miles on it right now. I bought it brand new, so I've put all the miles on it myself. I just wanted to do a video basically on, I think we're turning here. I want to do a video basically like telling you my experience with this bike, because like I said, I've had it since it was brand new, and I know a lot of people like to come and watch videos before they buy one, or if they already have one, they like to know like how it's doing at a certain mileage. So like I said, I got 31,000 miles on it. The bike has been absolutely flawless. The valve check was done, the exhaust valves were tight, but other than that, everything was in spec. So we did have to do a little bit of adjustment, so it's not a waste of checking it. It's definitely something that you want to be doing. So other than that, we also did a suspension setup for Heather's bike and my bike as well. They're both 750s. Hers is a 2017, mine's a 2015. We've had the suspension looked at and tweaked a little bit at track, but we've never had a professional one-on-one suspension setup. And the guys over at Corsa Moto Works, Kevin, he did all the suspension work for us. Very, very happy with that. The bike tips in so smooth right now. Just everything feels flawless. It feels like the way it should ride. So I wanted to just give a big shout out to Corsa Moto Works over in Clearwater, Florida. If you guys are in the Tampa area, Southwest Florida, give them a check out. Instagram, Facebook, definitely a great shop, great dudes. They all ride, they all do track days. They actually host track days up in Jennings, Florida. So definitely looking forward to doing some track days with those guys. But just want to let you guys know my experience. So 31,000 miles, like I said, absolutely flawless. We got the fork serviced, all that good stuff, so we are good to roll. Kevin says he promises me that this bike will hit 100,000 miles, so that is the new goal. Let's aim for 50,000 first, and then we'll aim for 100,000. All right guys, peace, ride safe, and we'll see you in the next one.